to when you have to start the day, and even if you it was something just like this. Oh, 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 oh. Mhm, 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 mhm. Ah, 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 oh. Hardest song and didn't quite process. Okay, gradually come into this. Well, if I'm doing this, the weather is really not seasonably nice though. And if I'm doing this, then like it's not quite hard enough. And we can't get I've actually have some classes out. You know, he's been up there. I know everyone felt it, but I mean, it goes easy. The laptop, the brain's up. So, kept him up. And when I look outside, it look, aside from that, I think most mornings should include coffee. When I look outside, it's kind of like, yep, this is spring, and this is the thing. This is just the kitchen window. It's like a mixture of rain and snow. And be thankful to your organizations because some people, the only way they can get there, to be there, to receive and help you out, um, is by biking. That's the only affordable way because otherwise you're eating into the wage that you don't get much of anyway. So I feel bad from every time he has to, but when he doesn't have people that start at the same time or are coming from the complete other direction, it's kind of like it doesn't, or they doesn't know very well yet. Whatever it is, it just anyway. Back to when I think about like it's a bit chilly in here, but like it feels like we're like beginning of May. It's a huge world, so this could be the case in a lot of places, but it's the beginning of May, and it's kind of just like it should be different weather. I guess I wouldn't want that sitting on there. So I'm going to put my coffee in there, but I'm going to figure out the cup first because I don't think it's that one. I'll be in a car, so. I mean, there's two good cups, but I just feel like they could be a bit distracting. Hello, Jared Greer. Welcome. Well, that's very interesting. You've chosen Super Chat because I don't recognize your name. I mean, I have a fairly good memory. Of course you can. At the moment, we're having difficulties with the channel and figuring out how to receive it. And of course, you've just gotten here. I mean, I appreciate it. And, it's not like you're jumping in and saying, can I donate 1,000? Because that would be unbelievable and sound like a troll. But you sound believable. Oh, hello. I wish your country peace. I wish any countries that are going through crazy, unnecessary turmoil peace and safety. Yahoo Yabramowitz, which I thought names that ended with Dean sounded. Thank you, and you're welcome. Sounded like we're not that culture, but maybe it goes more than one culture. I'm okay. I'm just starting the day here in Canada. Have you ever been to Canada? I don't know why I said it so pronounced. In Canada. Because I'm a proud Canadian, I guess. Whether I'm happy to live in the city I live in, which I'm not going to mention, is another topic. Hello, Kosho. It's been a while. It's been a long while, and I still have not been able to get. I haven't looked lately, but I did look a couple times back then. Ashkenazi. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know a lot of people might not know that, but what was the thing? I saw interesting last. It was a gravesite burial. Um, uh, and there was another interesting thing about it, but it was of that background. Whatever that lady was singing was quite beautiful. Pray tell. I haven't heard that in ages. Tell me how to pray and make it work sometimes, you know? How would you put grapes would you grape scissors? Very random question. And I'm a very random person, but it's interesting because I was kind of thinking about and question about a plant-based task, but uh, it would require being outside at least a little bit. And well, I've already talked about the weather. I'm not going to be like an old verse that keeps going on about uh, um, that kind of thing. Forgot to watch your videos because. And sorry, by the way, anytime lately, it's just I appreciate your patience. I've been so busy with him. Okay, well, if you have a family to be busy with and that you're got good connections with, I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. But I'm glad that you're back. I mean, it's always about finding that balance, which is something that I've been working more and more to achieve as well. May I ask, what do you do for employment if you are? And I appreciate, don't forget to like, folks. I know that there's 2 or 3 of you that I feel should be liking, but you're so enthralled with the conversation that you're forgetting. Uh, um, just in my humble opinion. 3 to 1. Anyway, I'm glad that you. Thank you. I'm glad that you asked if you didn't assume, and I really needed to go deeper on that topic on Sunday, but it was still. I think it was Sunday. It was still a lovely day. Well, thank you for the second like. Content creation, music opportunities occasionally. I figured you were one of them. Life coaching, spiritual healing. So one of you just unliked, but it may have been unintentional. I'm hoping it was, or if you could tell me why you did it, or undid it, as the case is. Anyway, yeah. So, and some of that we'll cover within this. Oh, thank you. Okay, I think that was the putting it back. Yeah, because there's only 3 of you, and I'm confused. Jared, are you still here? I'm so confused. Someone comes in, and they have. Then again, I must have. You know what? I must have leaderboard. That's all that must have happened, and I don't know how I did it, and I don't think that I can. Let me see for a moment here. Via my cell phone. That was me and my fingers slipped. Okay. No, it's just me. I don't know. I think Mr. I think it's a male. I'm not sure. Abramowitz is still here. There is an edit option on the computer that I think I would see that I don't see here. Okay, cool. I'm me, but fairly masculine. To put that answer in there. 427. You're going to be hearing some piano music in a moment. Okay, this was something I hadn't intended to open. So it's weird because I couldn't get my browser to come back up on the computer last night before bed, and then I got it to, but it wasn't on this page, but it's what it's on now. Anyway, let's let all of us enjoy this for a little bit. I've got a unique instrument I want to introduce into this and some other things, then we'll go from there. I didn't charge the device overnight, but it's 71%. Should keep that very well, and I figured I'll do whatever it lets me do. Okay, let me just see. He does have to head to work soon, though, so he can't really get into streaming mode. Now it says none of you are here, but I think there's at least 2. Now it says 1. Okay, that's interesting to know. Very, very cool. And then there's Matthias and different spellings of it. He's really, I don't know if focus too much on that because I know people's head goes certain spots. So I'm not reading this on page. Don't want people to read too much into it. But, she's on the other side and seems like a very kind person, but some people don't have that in their life. Or they have a lot of aggression. It went down to 1 like again on my end. One of you is having clumsy fingers. Work on it, please. It's throwing me for a loop. That leaderboard thing is distracting me. It makes me feel like people hurt people. Maybe mostly are. So I'm going to see if we can do that. I do feel like maybe I do know how to do it on here. Live chat on. That's not. Participant mode. Part of me would like it to just be subscribers, but I'm meeting new people and that's nice too. Just looking at a setting thing for a moment. Can you put the second link back, please? Sorry, my eyes are looking a little funny as I look at this menu. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll introduce you to my friend Ray in a moment. Don't hold any messages. Okay, well I have that selected. It still hides them sometimes. Okay, so I'm not seeing it on the cell phone because they show different things. Apparently some people can only go live on one door. So yes, I'll let you listen. I have lots of time to talk. He doesn't have lots of time to play. I'm also musical by now. Let's see it here. That doesn't mean anything people can use their little devices or something or find their way. It does make it look, and this is the first time I've noticed it, it does make it look like I'm seeing everybody as special, which I mostly am to myself. In a good way. Funny, I was looking into this earlier. I have a very cool thing to tell you about it. Well, I think it is anyway. So I'll chat again shortly. Bear with us and enjoy. This will make wake up actually. Or should I just slow down? What do you mean what's happening? Somebody's playing piano before heading to work. Yes. And then we'll get back into the conversation. That's what we're saying. Yeah, let's change it to this. Because I've seen that setting when I bought it. Keep with it. Found it. No offense to anyone, but I'm just going to turn that off, and that off. See. I don't know if I want to see that because thank you for the second week. Back. It keeps coming in. But yeah, if it shows me stuff that I'm not in the theater, I just don't know. Stop taking. I do not endorse. It's a loved one, yes. I do not really endorse strongly AI advertisements being shown. What's going on with that second mic? It's really messing with my head. What happened to this? It's not anyway. Get my coffee. One song. We have 10 minutes. So something like that. So we can talk about it. Captive audience. Not captive, but I've been okay. How have you been? Sounds like you've been busy. I think you might have been some shows up before. Hopefully you've been better with that. What is going on with that second mic? I'm okay, just crazy in the house because I have two little. Oh, you have children? As of recently? Like twins? I see. I have two little my nephews. Okay, yeah, sorry, I didn't read that part. Where is that second like? It's annoying me because I knew it was there. And I know that the two people that are here. I wouldn't advise my full name, by the way, on here. Just saying. But can I call you Matthew? Anyway, and I know that you both like. Now what's happening? It doesn't say there's anybody new here, so this can't be a troll. But it says held for review, and it won't show it to me. Okay. One is 3, and the other. Okay. Mambo. But there's 2 levels. Yeah, no, I'm not jealous of that. Well, I'll try and be louder. Another moderator has handled this. There's no. First of all, I wasn't trying to age of learning, but that's me non-filtered sometimes. But also this piano music must be very. I like how that purple looks. It's kind of the way I was holding the phone. It looked like it was connected to the handle of the cupboard that I don't think is behind me because that's the kitchen window. Oh, over there, I guess. Right? Okay. But I'll let you enjoy some of this relaxing piano music, and I hope we can chat for a bit. Matthew, are you still there? I just feel like that's a little easier to say. I'm not asking you. Oh, I don't know what kind of cup I want to use. I don't know what I want to eat. It is kind of cloudy. I think I'm too awake. And this thing, I was like, yeah, I don't know. tire myself out for 3 hours and then maybe sleep. Doesn't often happen, but we can try. And my Friday, for that matter. We've talked about the afterlife before, right? I mean, Grandma's saying, you know, I know that you will do it when you can. That's good. Okay, I can't pick a cup. I know people are gonna be like, this guy wants to take his life advice and pearls of wisdom when he can't even pick his own coffee cup. Yeah, pretty much, because I do have pearls of wisdom, but I'm indecisive sometimes. Yeah, because we talk about, where is it? I kind of do remember that. I don't think I remember what the song was, but I kind of do remember that. I'm getting, hopefully that's not the second person, but just remembering something from the past. And if somebody else remembers that, they may, well, they'll remember me too, I suppose, but not that should be a bad thing, but to people that don't know anymore, they may remember certain things that are inaccurate. So, or misperceived. But it sounded a little bit like another, oh yeah. I could do it again if you'd like me to, or we can focus on other music. But first, if I'm going to do anything and continue this stream, I need coffee. And I wouldn't mind figuring out which of these cookies or apple things I'm going to have. Well, there's only one apple thing. Well, there's a... Anyway, that's just a game, something my mind's telling me, which is inaccurate. What cups are there? I'll show you in a moment. I'm just seeing someone out the door. And then I will climb back to the window. Just kidding. Okay, that's my ear. Have fun. Sorry, you have to go out in this and that. Huh? You need money, right? So get there as fast as you can. Can't be late forever. And hopefully get some warm hugs or something. Yeah. Taps on it. Okay, give me. I gotta get back to the thing. Enjoy the weekend. Richard Spring. It's funny because I was at a welcoming spring event on the weekend, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's not here yet. It should be, but it's not. What weird weather we've been getting. What cups are there? Okay. Well, and see, the thing is, one of the reasons that makes it hard for me is, I know, if some people will say it's just a cup. No, it's not. They're cups that I attach feelings to. And I talked a little bit about this the other day. And is the one that I don't attach as many feelings to, I've been leaning towards this one, although it's big and heavy. I'm not sure if I'm crazy about the color. So, I guess Matthew's device died, or he misinterpreted something, or had to leave briefly and would be back. I mean, if he's actually living in that country, definitely got lots of distractions, I'm sure. And if this didn't say a mixture of all, it doesn't capitalize it, but Indian delicacy, then it might be interesting. But I know that it's not for me distracted. I don't know if there is any answer to that one. I'm almost tempted that one if it didn't have to go with, well, no, I'm not. What's this? Okay, if I don't think of reed, that might be an option. I always thought it looked like leather, but I do think of reed. So, humbug, people. Sometimes, Oh, gosh. I don't want this business because there's not a whole lot happening on the weekend. I'm tempted. I think I'm narrowing it down a little bit, although there is that. Then I'm also thinking, how about other people may judge the cups? Just kidding. Well, kind of. And in that case, they would not judge a cup that does not have, no, can't, that place, no. You might wonder, why do I have so many cups I dislike? Well, at different times I've liked them more. I don't know. Well, we are rising and grinding, that's for sure. And there is, but people would say, what does the cup say? I'm getting very close to just saying that the one that it's in, but it's just such a big cup and it's a little distracting and people might think things. Like I said, I'm sorry, but I need to get some sleep because I have tests at school I need sleep for. Okay. Like the college university exams. Okay, well, good luck on them, man. I don't remember those days. It's so long ago, and I know this choosing cup dilemma is really going on, isn't it, for a while? Well, then, do I want to pick my thing I want to eat or just my nose? Just kidding. Because I do feel like but we were going to talk about an interesting plant project. We were going to do some music. I know it must be like there. And it's Frostburg. Yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, the Angels were largely that. Not entirely, but largely. I mean, other than the Monty community and occasionally others. But as I try to balance and regulate, you know, life and wellness and all that, good luck on choosing a cup. Want to wish me any further luck, though? Because that's always appreciated, too. Good luck on choosing a cup. Oh, it's also that day, right? But, who doesn't like free food? This essentially was free. If we're going to narrow it down that way, we got this at an event. We bought those things. But I think, even though it's not alcohol, the brain is telling me it's close enough. As close as I can get to it. Unless we have some really old stuff in the cupboard. I mean, I don't think we have. Could have almost taken out of my hand, but at one point in time, we did have. I see some way back there, but it's probably. I mean, I know if it's one to say that it's supposed to be aged, but it's probably so old and yuck. I don't know. I feel like I probably had it up before, and if I liked it, I would have drank it then. So, I'll definitely have one of them apple things. What do they call them? Streusel. But like a coffee will go with it. So, I don't pick much like fruit and coffee. So, yeah, I'm already me. But, Humbug. No, but I think it's Sam. And one of the other things that I will say, and I need to, it's always something that I'm going to be working on, that we all need to work on, and try to make things easier for ourselves and others, and be supportive and have empathy, I guess, for ourselves and for others. You've left yet. You're like, well, you told me to pull an all-nighter, and I'm really curious what cup you're going to choose. So, and this could take all night. So here I am. No, but anyway, so let's look at this a little bit. Okay, which one am I at least open to talking a little bit more about? I know. Usually I just use the same one, but I didn't really. Well, I did, or not. I don't always use the same one, but like I use it for 2 or 3 days and just keep topping it off or whatever, and then. Or like, what ones have I streamed with before? I don't know. There's not that much in the dishwasher. I just emptied it. You think that would be a good enough way to do this, but well, that one, yeah, but I'm seeing it differently today. And I know I am strong and this and that, but and then with the drink in it, it's kind of, I don't like them. I'm tempted to have a bit of Canadiana, to say it that way, but yeah, for other reasons. I know. And if this is your first time meeting me and you've stayed this far in, possibly on the playback, because, well, there's nobody. But again, we have to I think mostly that we have to honor our thoughts and feelings and work with them and figure out why we're feeling them. And if we don't want to be feeling them or we're unsure, working with that. I think that goes to life coach, psychologist kind of background that I often am looking at. Well, I could do this one, but it's not black or white. The problem is I'm a deep thinker, and I'm, like I said, obviously indecisive sometimes, and it's not necessarily a problem. Sometimes it's a very beautiful thing that brings up, some interesting thoughts and conversations, but right now I just want to pick a cup. Like, I mean, I do happen to have one in my hand. I also have one touching my hand on here, which is one I'll have to transfer it to. Because I just feel like it's distracting. People don't usually, but this would be the one now that I'm mentioning it where people would say, what does your cup say? And I guess they could say it with this one too. It's got big letters, big words all right on front of it. If I knew that I was only going to keep one of the best. But I would hope, and it's not why I do it, I would hope that when I say I want the best for others, that means they would want. But I can't make people do or feel a certain thing. I would think that if I am a nice presence, a nice person that, I know some people though, like I've thought this before too. I'll be back on the screen in just a moment, folks. I've thought this before too, how some people probably like, why would he wish that for me? He doesn't know me. And this is where I go to, do I have to though? Do I have to? You're a fellow human? Is that not good enough? And the answer is it is. So they have it. And it's challenging, a lot more than picking a cup sometimes, right? To be human with what we've been given in life, what we've experienced, and what we, how we feel we can, is a good thing, I would say. Yeah, that's what I'm here to do. And sure, it's nice when it's also kind of when it's reciprocated, and sometimes it is. One of our mods, one of our friends on here, her dog's been sick for a while, and it sounds like she might be having to allow him to cross the Rainbow Bridge soon. That's what they say. So I don't know how present she's going to be in this. I also don't know exactly where I want to sit, but I think I could possibly do this. I don't want to keep stepping on that, though. I'll tell you that much. Whoops, sorry. The dog's chew stick. I can. Okay. Well, now what are you doing? And you're like, I don't know. What are you doing? Where are you going? I don't know. I'll probably be there a lot today. I don't know. Tell me, blue chair or couch? Where shall I? Seriously, a lot of times I can make decisions, and there's power in making my own decisions. And it's just one of those kind of mornings. I'm also not very awake, so that could be part of it. So please don't judge me. And yeah, I'm really not, asking for, help making all decisions. Just these two for now, please. It also is because I'm keeping the momentum going on this and focusing on this. But, it's helpful. Okay, now the dog's in the blue chair, so he's helped me decide. But the angels also kind of brought that to me. Like, okay, you go sit in that chair. He didn't seem like he sensed them, but like, you go sit in that chair, and then he's got his answer. Well, my laptop's over there anyway. Okay, so I just need one more answer in the terms of cups still. And then we can do this thing. Well, we already are. Thought I heard him coming back in the door for a moment there. It's a sign, like I say, and again, it's not, the media portrays things in a certain way, but it's nothing that we need to be uncomfortable about. do like, the things that I guess they show a lot in certain movies, which I don't want to talk about and don't really watch for the most part. And that's fine. Like flickering or things moving or whatever. I guess this is the thing. Maybe this is why, come to think of it, because I can kind of sense them otherwise. For people that don't, maybe that's how they try a little harder to get you to. And even though they support me doing this and don't want to distract me from picking a cup and this and that, maybe it was kind of like just making it extra obvious to me that one of my loved ones is here. I thought that I felt Ray earlier, but I can't remember why now. She's like, is being your buddy not a good enough reason? Yeah, bud. She wants to hug. It's a good enough reason for me. Thank you, girl. So, how is your day going? Welcome to the stream. I haven't been rolling super long. My brain don't work like that. I understand some people's do. And that's kind of a habit sometimes too, Well, we're already at 63%. I think I'm going to have to plug this in over here. I really wish that do lovely stuff in the stream, but like singing and showing a personality. Well, I guess they can from here, but the cup is just a cup. Here is a kiss. Well, I know I'm not usually ageist, but do you guys have the internet in heaven? I haven't learned that yet. I don't believe. It's like that's a really old song. Oh, your grandmother. Okay, your grandmother taught it to you. He used to sing it to you when you were young and kiss your forehead. Well, it's not an interesting thing to share. He says, me, I'm all about interesting, bro. Again, I appreciate the YT community, but so Ray and JP, Jason, Bolton now. Yes, I bro, they went clubbing. What? Clubbing in heaven? Is there a bar up there where you got your favorite chair? Where you sit with friends and talk about the weather. Is there a place you go to watch the sunset? I know, is there a song you just can't wait to share? Oh, I know. You tell me when I get there. Oh, tell me when. And then there's a Scotty McCreery song and a Reba McEntire song. There's a few of them, actually. Who are you? What do you want? It's too early for a phone call. Non-local. Probably telemarketing. Hello? I'm sorry, what are you calling for? Wouldn't be interested at this time, sorry. Yes, it was about but voice in Velma. Well, I don't remember Velma from back in the day, but she was an old lady, like most people's grandparents. Unless they're like really young. But then they're old to them, right? I'll be back on the screen in just a moment. But anyway. Okay, I'll be back there in just a moment. I must be getting closer to picking a cup. I'd honestly possibly pick this one. Is it a favorite color? No. Does it have a bit, maybe too much texture? Because it's almost like carved, which is kind of cool. But it chipped a little bit on the top, so the top is a bit sharp. So I'll just tap my finger on it. And Sonia will watch me roaming back and forth in the kitchen thinking, okay, I'm settled. Why aren't you? Because I'm a human. And we don't have a simple life that most dogs have. Now, did he not fill your food? He brought it down there, but he didn't fill it. Well, speaking of that, I wouldn't want it to be super obvious, and our connection might drop, and I haven't had it plugged in very long, but I can plug it back in. Maybe there's a cup down there. that I don't have strong feelings about and can go have. But yes, I'm going to get the, even though he was laying fine, you know, we do care for our dog. And he needs the small bag filled from the big bag. So. And he's letting me know about it too. You know, there's a part of me that actually wanted to skip coffee today. I kind of just wanted to not be as caffeinated. I kind of just wanted to roll with it. And if I get tired, I sleep. You know, I think it's supposed to, I don't know if it was supposed to snow this morning though. It was supposed to, no, I think so. Yes. It's supposed to get nicer later. Whether it means I'm going out or not, we'll find out. I have to budget a little bit and then we'll see. Friday. And I feel like I should, even though sometimes she's been difficult. And then that. What's the other thing? Oh, right. So I came down here to multitask and fill the dog's bag. The dog's dog food bag. And people may say, why are you doing this on a live stream though? I mean, why not? Doesn't everybody? No, just kidding. It's because, well, I got to do it, and I happen to be live streaming. So, is there not a pair of scissors down here? Because it doesn't look like it's been opened yet. There should be. But that doesn't mean there is. I don't really want to go back up and then come back down, you know. Anyway, how's everybody doing though? Where are you watching from? Is this your first time to the channel? Just bear with me as I. That being said, well, he makes incense, but that being said, why would there be scissors down here? I mean, there's a toothbrush down here for some weird reason. That was not my doing. A toothbrush doesn't help open the bag though, so. Oh, it doesn't? You know, it's kind of like, huh, I thought it would. You know? Well, I might have to try if I don't have the energy to go back upstairs and then come back downstairs and then go back upstairs, you know, because it's early and I have chronic fatigue and this and that, then I don't think a ruler is going to help me open it. There is like I think a dotted line, but it needs to be, you know what? I'm actually kind of thinking right now, just the powder of the kibble. So I'm going to give him what's in here and tonight. Because I can do that somewhat silently until somebody's here. I guess the clip that's down there is I want to look at that. I need coffee. Well, that's sitting next to. Okay, we'll do it. I mean, nobody else can do it unless I tell them about it. It's a bit iffy, but Ray's saying, let me remind you what you that aside from about my passing on the weekend that you found out about it. Did you have fun at that other thing? Yes. I thought about this before. Did I, or anybody really much there, unless they already knew each other, and that's not really networking, that's just really connecting with each other. I mean, there are things, new things in my schedule that you know, bring me these things, and that's good. But as far as like with working with this particular hobby, not that I'm seeing yet, you know, but I mean, I wouldn't want to do a runway back yet. Like it was just too fast moving. I mean, I kind of was able to, but it was kind of like I'd rather have been posing and working with, you know. Anyway, don't have to talk about that in too much depth. And as far as Rick, you know, no, you know, he was one of those ones. Good for a chapter. I try not to see people like that, but you know, some people really are more of a at a certain time in your life kind of people, and then things move on, you know? So there's quite a bit of sugar on these, you know. And why, I don't know. I think it's sugar, not salt. I mean, it's probably some in the pastry, and then there's apples. So it's essentially healthy, and then they top it with sugar. She says to me that she hopes I realize there was another cup here too, but I wasn't feeling that one, much as I am. She hopes I realize that it wasn't just about how she ate. I mean, did she sometimes and have things that maybe were too much or something she shouldn't have had? Yeah. But now she's able to do that without any concern. Just like, you know, they're able to be more patient up there, and they're able to this and that, you know. Um, um, so, you know, so like I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I need to know if you finally picked a cut. And I also couldn't sleep. So here I am. Anyway, but yeah, she says, you know what though? Every time that you do something in that area, you're doing something in that area. I mean, this, you know, and if it makes you happy, and you're being careful, then do it, my friend. And yeah, she said, oh, I almost forgot actually, but and you know, the human brain is just so busy moving different things around. Like, I think if she hadn't reminded me, I would have still forgotten. So the power of our angelic loved ones, right? She says, no, so just realize that, like, I, you know, I had a genetic condition too. It wasn't just how I ate. You know, if you had that genetic condition, she says to me or anyone else, most of us, she says she's come to learn, most of us would probably know it at a young age, you know, or at least by our 20s. She says, so, you know, but again, you can develop it. You know, you can with, you know, lifestyle choices, bring or not bring diabetes into your you know, health, you know, personal health, I guess is how to put it. um but like, I maintain that this has some apple in it, and I kind of like it better than pie, even though it's practically the same thing. So it must be the shape, I don't know. um and you know, it's better than a cookie as far as I'm concerned. So even though that part doesn't have apple in it. Now, do I want a light on in here? I kind of feel like I do. It's a little bit dark in here. And also, okay, there's the other one. I mean, it's not that bad. And on screen, it's not bad. It just, I feel like it might make me groggy because it's there's no light on in the room. Um, so it's not exactly bright, but I think what you're getting is just, things that I don't remember, but they're important in the, is coming from the side there, from the window. Now, you may have certain feelings about, oh, it doesn't do that, blah, 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 even from the window. I disagree with those. And it was the first time I'd ever heard him say it, really. So I think he was just in a weird headspace, to be honest. And it put me in one. So kind of like last night. But anyway, we're mostly past that. Yeah, I don't think I get back to sleep. You know, he's been up there the whole time. I've been up there. My mind's too active. I'm now having coffee and sugar. Um, I can need the music, which means it would have to be a laptop, which means I have to be up there, most likely. So, because that the radio's not going to do it, and I don't even hear it anyway. I had this set to, I think I put this set to monetize this one, but Sounds Tail didn't come through, and I don't think Dustin. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, can I ask you something, Ray? Sure, bud. Why do you feel like that's important? Oh, never mind. I just realized as I was asking. Say, good job, buddy. um, and the important reminder that I thought to myself, well, then why can't we have them back if they're healthy now? That's not how life's journeys into, the next round works. But I guess I would say, chapstick for curious chapstick. Yeah, that's nice. And when I'm able, I really am appreciative of it. I know that it's a very special thing. Like I say, that not everybody is able to, not everybody does access. Whether they're able to or not is a different question, maybe. But so, but it is comforting, I feel, to know that they don't have their health issues anymore when they pass away. And honestly, it wouldn't make sense for them to. When they're supposed to be, I don't know if I could say at rest, because, sometimes they seem quite lively, when I sense them. But, if they're supposed to be, yeah, no, I would say people believe that, Anyway, so. I'll watch the video you upload later, as in the rest of this one, I guess is what she was saying. I hadn't noticed that. Therefore, I didn't thank you for it. Now I feel bad. It takes a lot for a person to, this is the other interesting thing, is that people can adopt, so I have anemia. And of course, I've been eating, drinking, and it's not kept on. People can adopt other people, no, just kidding, ways of being from angels. Like, they can teach us stuff. Like, one I felt earlier today was something around patience and reading. And then when I came downstairs and my grandmother kind of continued what she was telling me the other day and says, if it's not practical or doesn't, I can't get myself to do it, to do her request, and then, this week, that's fine. But I said, I can't wait because, one, I have the availability and I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with as well. And other people may need the support. Other people may need the company or to hear some nice music or whatever. So it really didn't make much sense to just, not stream. There was somebody there for a few seconds, but maybe they took the reins on their life for a moment and says, I'd love to be live streaming, but I actually don't need those things right now. I do need to do this and this. Could be. Maybe it was personal. Maybe it was all those other reasons, that are not necessarily personal. Maybe it was personal, and if it was, well, then that was pretty quick getting personal. And they, I'm happy that they moved along. I would love to have that radio a little bit louder and then have the fan on. I think I'm going to do it. Is there anything else I need to do very quickly? There's nothing that you need to check out. I can tell you that much. Oh, even 8:30, is it? I don't know. Where's the phone? Oh, hey. Actually, never mind. Not to answer that. I heard you talking about my daughter recently. So, Jackie, we don't do that here. How many times have someone said, "Oh, tell you guys certain things. Even smart people like you who are gifted before you realize." Well, sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Goes back to that not judging you thing. Anyway, yeah, I kind of had to. Who told me that? Well, that's actually a great reminder about something I want to remember to do. And I would love to just keep it plugged in and talk, but I also feel like, you know, people don't just want to hear a voice. They want. I don't have that much coffee. I shall be. And then as needed, I'll plug in. But now I'm looking for 2 books, and both shall produce some music, and I think both shall not take all that long to hopefully find. So, or since there's 2 of them, it might not take that long. That's what I'm trying to say. But I do want to heat up my coffee. Watch your 2 inches. Like you're still standing in the kitchen. Actually, what I'd like to do is top it off. It's very sweet. And then I'll need to heat it up. So. And then we'll do some music. Okay, folks? So, greetings again, friend. Oh, you're back. Okay, yeah, you left abruptly, but thanks for coming back. How are you? I guess you've subscribed. You found your way back, but hopefully you do subscribe. If you were here during the portion when I was trying to pick a cup, I finally did. Now on to picking my nose. Just kidding. But I am going to pick up a couple music books. I am open to song requests. I just want everybody to be as equal as possible. So for the most part. I just don't know if that might get misinterpreted. But I think equal is a good thing. I'm good. How's it with you? Yeah. So how's it? I say that too, and I got that from dating someone in Africa, actually, distance dating. But anyway, a while ago. Quite a while ago, actually. Longer ago than it feels. Like I've been in this home for 8. No, it's probably been about 10 or 11 years. She also said, hello. Hello, how's it? So what time is it there right now? Are you, okay, so you've mentioned your background, but do you actually live there? And yeah, if not, whereabouts in the world are you living? And, generally, and in a general sense. And what time is it? And what was the other thing? I'm just happy that we can, be in each other's company and I can do some music. And I was just talking a little bit about the afterlife, and I do talk about that on this channel sometimes. So almost 5. Okay. Again, just some people are going to read into that too much, but I don't think they know my name. No, it doesn't much. But yeah. What was the other thing I was going to say? So what music are you into? Like, what music do you think are you into that you think I might know? Those are people that can do. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, do you believe in the afterlife? Because I talk about it sometimes. I rarely tie 2 shirts around these hips that don't lie, but that's a song if you don't know. But I don't know if I need both of these. It is almost dark enough in the living room to possibly get some sleep, but not quite. And I need the music, and that one doesn't have one, right? And that wouldn't be what would get me to sleep. So I'm here, I'm awake, and I'm playing music for you all. Okay, good. Whether you want me to or not. Just kidding. Where is? I was just looking for. the lotion that I had over here before. I don't know why I would have moved it. Also, other question, are you into plants and gardening at all? I don't know if you can garden yet. I'll be back on the screen in a moment. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Blending in with other junk on the planter? What's a planter? Oh, wait, come on. Hopefully. So, I asked a few questions. Hopefully you answer them as much as you can. It's interesting. Was that the one that somebody asked about the other day? So I know that well, obviously it wasn't me that was playing piano before. I do play piano. I'm sitting at it now, but I also do keyboard and guitar, and I'm almost kind of thinking about that a little bit. But I was coming over here to look for a couple of books. I don't play classical myself. I've grown to like it, living with someone who plays it a lot. I otherwise used to just associate it with, orchestras ripped Marge, and my grandparents ripped them, and being in there remind me, but I may have remembered otherwise, I don't know. One of them is a Christmas book, and before you think, oh, he's going to play Christmas music in May, I mean, we are loved ones to heaven, and I decided I was going to try and, write them all out. And sometimes the easiest way to organize that is kind of going through the alphabet. So to the best of my ability, I did so, and I put it on the inside cover of a Christmas songbook. And that was actually going to be part of the theme for this. Would you like to help out as a mod by any chance? And can I call you Matthew? Especially while I'm playing music and trying to focus on that. I could say a little bit more about it, perhaps. But basically, the idea of what song. But yeah, so, and then my cousin kind of came into things a little bit there and reminded me of a songbook because she played guitar and sang a little bit when I was quite young around me. A little bit is the exact way to put it. Like 2 songs, maybe 3 is all I ever heard her do. And not often. But, she was trying to be the best mother that she could. She was trying to hold down a job, which wasn't always easy for her. So, and I feel like she's saying to me now, are there any other faults of mine you'd like to bring up? But then I also sense that she feels that she knows she did the best she could. She's got one of her daughters up there now. And they hold things differently. So I feel like she's kind of would be saying to me, that, that's how I remember her. I try to tell it like it is, and she does accept that. But, there was a lot more to her that even I, because, she moved away and, at one point in time we didn't live with each other, that I didn't know. I'll look at this because I don't recognize it. I'd really love to find those 2 books. I'm wondering if I maybe put the Christmas book. Matthew, I haven't said much since. You don't worry about interrupting me. I interrupt myself sometimes and trail off of thoughts and come back to them if I'm meant to. So if that's why, no worries there. I just thought we may have put that Christmas book over here since it's not Christmas now. And the other book should be more noticeable. I would think this one's got a mixture of stuff in it now, not just... That's a Christmas book, but it's not the one I'm looking for. It's a very specific Christmas book in May, but I've already said why, so it's not weird. Actually, it is still weird, they say. Okay. No, it's not. And I don't see, we have way too many music books. Most of it's classical sheet music, but he went off to work, so he can't play that for you right now. If it does not show that you still have liked, could you please do so? Although it sounded like it was Kosho accidentally undoing it. And she also had a couple of very young relatives around her. Maybe they were touching her screen or something. I don't know. So technically, this video has a whopping 2 likes for now. But hey, it's about, do we enjoy the host? Do we enjoy the content? If so, who cares how anyone else has reacted to it? Okay, I'm going to put the rest of this in the fridge for lunch, I guess, because need something. More sugar? More coffee? Yeah. But not right now, though. I'm really surprised I'm not seeing this one book, though, because I feel like I did see it recently. I could try and do a little bit by memory, and then it's a matter of piano, keyboard, guitar. Actually, true enough, some people might be sitting here thinking, you can find songs on the internet. Hello, Richard, how are you? Hopefully you can stay a little longer this time and chat a little more. Even if there's a language barrier, all I ask is that you try, and I'm glad to see you here when you are here. Don't forget to like. Sometimes people get so busy processing, what's being said and sung and all that they mean to like and they forget. And sometimes they accidentally undo it. So make sure you don't do that either, because that's happened earlier. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so basically, yeah, true enough, I could. It might, to people that don't know the song, like maybe the younger, I don't want to be ageist, with the internet and people having families or whatever, people can know all different songs, even if it's not of their culture, even if it's not of their age group, generation. But it could be a slightly misconstrued if you don't know. And I could say a little bit of a lead up about it. And some people, they're too quick. They'd be too quick to judge. He just said, go ahead and eat. Why would we do that? Never mind, this guy's an idiot. Kind of thing. No, but that's not what the song is about, kind of thing. And I could say an intro, but unless... it's like Christmas is back, yeah, right? Unless, new people don't tune in, I'd have to stop unless one of you can put it there for me. This is a song about, and put it there. That would work. I'd have to look it up on there, but I could do that. As far as the other thing, I know the loved ones I've lost. I don't really need to look at a special list. We've already covered the H and the R and the H, the right and the hand. Okay. Yeah. So, I know this thing is not ridiculous. It's not, but yeah, I do what I need to do to get through the day. And hydration is also important. Remember that, right? I would just like to put, there was not enough room in all these bottles are full. I want a non-full bottle to put some water that's too cold into one that's not, get the perfect water. Not because I'm not just grateful to have water, but because my throat needs it. But my teeth can't do it if it's too cold. So do I want to look up that song? I might just do so. I don't know. Anybody going to help me out with the thing I asked for? Asked about? Doesn't look like anybody's here right now. That's got to be inaccurate. Gotta be, I tell you. You gotta be cool. You gotta be cool. If you try to, hey, 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 shooby-doop, shooby. Hello, Leanne. Colton, welcome. Desiree? Yeah. That is who it is. I thought it was Paula Cole. Okay. I couldn't tell you any of her other sides. Couldn't tell you any of this one's other sides too, but. And Miss Reeve. Hello. I don't know. Don't tell me anything. Just enjoy the music. Fair enough. Really would love somebody on this room. Actually, I don't agree with that. I don't think you do gotta be. Although I think I understand how she's saying it, though. That's true. I do. Holly says, "Can you play the other one? Doesn't look like there's anybody here. Or I shouldn't assume, but is there? You mean you can't see it? Not from where I'm standing. No, there is not. Perfect. You. Look at me doing life, oh life, oh life, oh life. Okay. There's also that part about it that I'm not big about, but he says if it makes you more comfortable, just play the instrumental. I'm just happy to hear you doing music. I feel like I do need more coffee, though. I wanted to, like I say, kind of just not be super energetic if I don't have to be, and this and that. But this is being slow to bring it up. My throat would rather have a warm beverage right now. So I get a bit more coffee in the cup that I finally picked. And then we do some piano music. I could also do guitar, if you'd rather. In fact, like I say, my relative that played this song used to play it on guitar. I think I've done it on piano as well. I'm not really sure which I want to do. So if you have a preference, and if I can see your comment, I will look at it and possibly do. Although, like, because I feel like to my cousin, like it doesn't hugely matter to her. She's just happy to hear me play the music. You know, yeah, sure, the guitar might be symbolic. And, you know, it wasn't a complete wash on the weekend. Like, there was some enjoyment of it. For the amount of people that were there, not enough, but... And I hear... I'm not sure which of the bunch, but that's my opinion. And yeah, it is, actually. So, you know... But, you know, I'm not doing any harm in having the opinion, you know, to anyone else. She says, but maybe it's not helpful to sit to you. Who's saying this? This is weird. They're not actually telling me. They're being like one of those mysterious viewers on the top. I'll be right there, back on the screen. But she's saying, you know, do you deserve lots of appreciation and love for your talents and your efforts and all that? Yes. Do you get it? Sometimes, yes. Are you fairly good at giving it to yourself? Yes. Could you be better at it? Yes. Are we here to give it to you? Yes. Do you always, you know, should you require it? Probably not. But when you get it, we know you're thankful. We know you're deserving. And I still don't know who's saying it. And I'd like to. But this is a very rare and interesting occasion where it's kind of like it's kind of like they're saying, I don't need to know that part. Did I hear the rest of it? Yes. Now who of my angels would be so stubborn to not reveal themselves? I just heard, people. And I know exactly what they're saying by it too. Whoever they are. I don't even know if it was the same one, same angel. But what they're saying, and again, I really appreciate the YT community, you know, just like balance in life in general, if it hasn't been obvious at the channel, in life in general, to the best of our ability. With the things we do, the type of connections we have, as well as with ourselves. it's important. Each aspect, each thing has its each area is important, basically. Oh, hello, Jordan. Um, we don't use names here though, and I don't know how you knew. Well, maybe I do. And have you seen a certain someone lately? I don't know if I don't know what I think. Anyway, but glad to have you here. Really glad to have you here. Anyway, so basically, um, you know, I just felt like they were kind of saying how it's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. How are you doing? What time is it there? I took care of it because I was playing music at the time. Um, have you seen You Know Who lately? Thank you for asking how I'm doing. I have had some further thoughts. As far as the schooling thing, I don't know how much you've talked about that. I'm good, man. It's 10 p.m. Okay. They would probably request a transcript if you're going to, transfer your courses elsewhere. And then they might find out, things that, oh, you are. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I think at least for the next while, that's important. And yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you're recreating and come on some other way, but you have your certificates, so the school doesn't need anything. Oh, like you got them. Okay, well, congratulations. Sorry, it took me a moment to process that. But I was also processing something else while you came in, and I appreciate your great. I didn't think you'd gotten them yet, but that's right. You stayed until you did. Yes, I have so much hope and for you and your journey. Maybe I will need that light on because I feel like okay there. You're welcome. Thank you for the thank you. And like I say, it sounds like something out of a movie or something, doesn't it? I've thought about allowing it to inspire some creative writing a little bit, but oh, really? At the place you're staying at? Again, don't know this person, don't want to be saying anything bad about them. Just be careful. Be gradual. It sounds like there might be certain type of feelings for this girl. Otherwise, I kind of don't think you'd be telling me. You're working on a few different things right now, as is she probably. So be gradual with it. But, it's good to make connections. As I say, we need them. Now, oh, okay. Okay, so, and I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but as far as for a friend, okay. Well, 12 is more than 10, so you can't have 12 out of 10. Maybe you need to go back and take math. But if she is actually 12, you're not super far from that, but that would be best as a friend. And I've got to wonder if it's where you're at, like where, the place that you're staying right now, the fact that there's kids there as well is a little bit. I'm a little bit. Okay. I don't know what KEK means, but anyway. Okay. Anyway, so back to what I was experiencing before you tuned in, and really glad to have you here. So I think we've talked a little bit about the afterlife, right? Like I was actually, mentioning a little bit. I think the first time we met, a little bit about your cousin, right? And I felt like he'd said a little bit. Okay, I figured it was something like that. I didn't know that there was another way to say it. And you are Uman C. He is actually a little bit older. He's fine. He's at work. He had to bike in some somewhat blowing snow. I don't know how the wind was. It doesn't look hugely windy. It's not very nice outside. Yuman C. Fu Manchu. Is it cold there? I don't know. I haven't been out today. I was thinking about letting some fresh air in, but I'm about to do music. And I don't know. I might. But the heat's on. So let's start by turning that off. Guess it was on through the night. You Man C. I'm not too sure where that comes from. Okay, how are you, Man C? My bad. No, it's kind of funny actually, music. Anyway, if I can focus just on my thought, and then I kind of want to do some music, and if you have any song requests, we can go from there. I do have a book here as well. But basically, yeah, so the afterlife. I feel like sometimes they feel we're stubborn, sometimes we may feel they are, especially when we can sense them and we feel like they're saying things to us. And also, you're the only one I'm seeing commenting at the moment. If you're seeing anything other than that, unless it's quite obviously a troll, if you could please tell me. I want people to feel included. And I know that YT sometimes hides comments. But anyway, basically, you have what? Okay, well, there's two other people watching. So, and if you haven't liked yet, please do. One of the persons that was watching earlier, she had a couple of young relatives with her, and I think they may have been touching her screen, or she undid it a couple of times, and then she had to leave and forgot to put it back. So this actually has 3, and you can make it 4, and the other person can make it 5. We would appreciate it. I'm waiting. My back's not going to want to say it. Anyway, so, but yeah, basically what, thank you. What usually I can figure out who I'm, even when there's more than one here lately, you've even been able to figure out, which one of my angels is trying to get a message to me. Right now, they're not saying who. Thank you. Is that what you call this? And this video is an it? I'm just kidding. Anyway, but they say that it's not stubbornness, it's strong-willed. Because sometimes I wonder if I'm a little stubborn. And no, I guess I'm strong-willed. Thank you for the 4th like. And I don't have any angels that I know of in heaven named Will. I guess since I always thought Bill was its own name, but Will and Bill are apparently the same name. I do have my grandmother's sister's husband was a Bill. Yes. No, it's fine. I think I have ADHD sometimes. Well, I have it always, but it's more noticeable sometimes. And I do it to myself. I appreciate that. And if I really feel like I need to finish a thought, I will do my best to do so. But I appreciate, you watching that as well. But don't worry. Like I say, I interrupt myself, or the angels interrupt me sometimes, but I'm really glad to have, folks here. There was actually one of the other people that was here did like, aside from you. If there's someone who takes you for granted and asks you to do things for them feeling entitled, what should you do? Okay, well, first of all, I feel like that's coming from the fact that somebody is doing that, and I'm curious to know a bit more about that person. Just because somebody asks you to do something for them does not necessarily mean that it's bad. Does not necessarily. I'm going to do that. Until I'm playing music, I'm just going to do this over here where I can have my device plugged in. And sorry if it's ever lagging, just be patient. It is mostly good, and it'll be fine. Anyway, yeah, it's not necessarily bad. People often feel like they are entitled, though. That is true. That's a human thing that. When I was talking earlier about, to add that aspect into it because it's part of what I do. Basically, the differences between, the angelic world and being that and human, as far as entitlement, I don't know. Let's ask them for a moment here. Because do they feel entitled? Again, this person who is not identifying themselves, even though they usually do, it's more about the messages, seems to be saying to me, we are entitled to our loved ones. That is for sure. Fair enough. But basically they're saying there are some things they really don't feel much at all there. And I know that you're not in heaven, thankfully, but still. But there are a lot of things that they do feel similarly to we do. Because we feel them is probably the biggest reason. but to a lower level, to a lesser level. It's white light angels, of course, not like anything in the movie. So, and when you call them out for it, they become narcissistic. Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes people don't like to. Jordan, are you still there? I think you are. Sometimes people don't like to admit that they were wrong or to have any blame, even if they have some. And of course, it doesn't feel good. Jordan, are you still there? I know I just asked that, but just checking. Otherwise, I'm answering your question. You're not even hearing it. I think you are, but maybe your phone died. Maybe that's indicating somebody else. I mean, maybe you're just listening too. This is why I asked, to make sure that that's indicating you. I do feel like most of us have been there, though. I don't think you're still here. I don't think you were talking about me, especially since you said there's stuff. I mean, I haven't done anything with your stuff. Obviously. I mean, we've never met. We're not in the same place. No, you weren't talking about me. But sometimes when there's gray areas, I guess the mind is going to think, oh, is this about me? But really, there's not that much gray area. I do have one or two other things I'd like to say, but you don't still seem to me. His phone must have died. Especially if it's at 10 at night. It's probably in his bedroom. No programming going on. I know I'll still keep it. But I'll ask again. Jordan, are you still there? I will be. Okay. I mean, I did wake up pretty fast and then start rolling for an hour and a half, so maybe I should just slow down for a few minutes here. And speaking about wills, whoever it is saying, even though we feel entitled to our loved ones, they still have to do what's best for them, and we do respect that. So if you need to take a moment, take a moment. Moment's up. Just kidding. Whoever it is has a sense of humor. It's not that my other loved ones don't, but I'm inclined to say GP, and I hear a male voice say, guess again. I don't know if that's him being smart. And then I hear him saying, well, he is pretty smart. I don't know. There we go. But okay, it rules out the other 2 or 3 females angels that I felt were around, possibly 4 if Carly's with Holly. Dad, I don't want to say he didn't have a sense of humor, but kind of didn't that I know of, and even knowing him this way. It's more of a nurturing, more of a empathy and a presence. I don't know. Didn't I say I was going to have more coffee? Yes, and then I got distracted. Unfortunately, it's only at 56%. I mean, that might be fine, or it might be like it might die at 30 or something. Well, I wasn't doing no voices, Ray says. And she says that she hopes that I accept that she has passed away at a young age. I did, but I thought you guys were going to let me take a moment. And Robert just says, well, we said the moment was up. That's okay. I roll with it for the most part. Jordan, are you there? I'll be right back on the screen. Just looking at the snow again. I'd really like to find those 2 books. I really would. And Holly says, as I may guess, Adriana really needs her and her grandkids. Adriana doesn't have kids, does she? I almost heard, of course not, but I don't think that's what she would have said. I did also hear that doesn't really matter. Or it doesn't need to matter to me. Because I don't live in the same place. Jordan, are you there? I think his phone died. Anyway, I don't live in the same place, and, family can be messy sometimes, so, it kind of is, so. She says, I will bring your love with me to them. She says that this is more for me, but it shows you how it can unfold. They may not know of you, but they will know your love. That reminds me a little bit of the line of a song I think that came up in comments earlier today, earlier in this. A life that's been lived is loved. No, how's it? I can't supermarket flowers from the windowsill. On the couch. That have you had made me memories of our life have been loved. Something like that. Anyway, so she says, if you could play the song for me and whoever is there, I'd sure appreciate it. It's not because I don't love and care about it. And again, I really appreciate the YT community as well, and that this isn't, unless you have this ability, you might not fully understand it, but it makes a lot of sense to me, and hopefully at least some to you. Sorry, it's a little bit longer. And she says, so not because I don't love, care about you, if I may say the word she says, but I do have to get moving along soon. But sometimes a little statement can make you think of another one, and sometimes that brings them, and sometimes it doesn't. So pay attention to that, because my desire, as much as I'd like to help others with it, is to allow other people to gain this ability as well, because I think that they can. But no, it's not always as easy as make a connection in the mind, boom, here they are. So realize that I don't necessarily, that's not even something I can do. I've been doing this for a long time, all right? But sometimes it does happen. And interestingly enough, it is happening. Roger says, I heard there was a concert. I tried to be here the other day. There was a lot going on. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Now, I only remember, I remember 2 songs of theirs that I'm going to do, or that connected to him, but I don't know if I want to do them. He says, that's fine. That's fine. And then cousin says, there is a song I've been trying to get him to do, though, but he's busy on his device and trying to make the perfect cup of coffee and not really focusing very well on that. So I'm trying to get him to. So again, to the person that's here, and Jordan, if you're here, I have a couple more things to say to your question. Otherwise, to the person that's here, hopefully you're hearing this with an open mind and some empathy and not judging. And I'm really sorry if you're commenting and I'm not seeing them. Hopefully somebody will be here soon to, in the chat to let me know anything I'm not noticing. In the meantime, though, and this is interesting, it's very interesting because I woke up, was it actually, did I feel it before bed? No, I don't think so. I would have gotten up and put a reminder to myself. I felt it upon waking up for no particular reason. I was reminded of that book, like I say, that I'd written out all the, angels that I have, loved ones that have passed away in heaven. And I just have to get, well, no. Yeah. Anyway, stretching is also good, even making sense. Anyway, I was thinking about that book. It just happened to be a Christmas book. We just happened to be getting snow in May. And then also, it was what songs make you think of loved ones. Beginning of this video, somebody was here, and it was kind of something that happened the first time we met. She had, I don't know if I'd asked that question or what, but there was a song that had played at one of her loved ones' funerals, and she reminded me of that today. And then I've got this song that I'm about to do in my mind, and from one of my loved ones. So it's kind of funny how that's all kind of unfolded. Okay. So, a little bit more coffee, maybe. It's really a nice, so we got a GB and then an AG. It's really a nice chord pattern. 2 out of the one of you is still here. Maybe they're both still here, but it looks like just one. And I think there's about 5 of the names. But again, not the 3 of them. They're white light, positive energy. Okay. I appreciate your patience. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. Again, if you are enjoying being here, happy to have you. If you're not really, not feeling good things, positive things, I'd have to wonder why not. But you're more than welcome to watch something else. And that's not me being rude. It's just, I'd rather people that want to be here, who are enjoying themselves and the content. And okay, and the person left. There's another reason why I don't like the lyrics of this song, actually. I don't hate them, but they really pack a punch. But also, yeah, even with the coffee, my throat is feeling a bit sore. So I think we'll just do this with the piano. Feel free to guess the song if you'd like. It does actually sound like a classical piece. I will just say that. I've never really noticed that. I don't know if it's because I'm doing it on piano. I almost want to do it on guitar, to be quite honest. I almost do, man. I almost do. I do. I'm not that comfy at this piano bench at the moment. Yes, I can put my stuff up on. But Ray. Oh, Ray. Oh, sea. Oh, ocean. Oh, it's for ocean. Today's show brought to you by the letter G for guitar. To think that I almost did this on but it was sounding like the bridal march, whatever it is. Okay. Makes it a little bit. So I'll remember to turn this back up in a moment, I think. Okay, here we go. That sounds pretty good. Treasure. I was thinking about looking for treasure. Okay, start again. So I'm singing with you. We're all singing with you. Even if your viewers can't hear it. And because it's a hard thing to explain this ability, I will just say that, if I knew what their voice sounded like, I do kind of hear it. Sometimes I do anyway, but most of the time it's me saying out loud or in writing. It's me saying out what they're saying. So then that's what I'm hearing. But I do feel, yeah, like, I don't know. Now, I had an experience recently with Dad where it was kind of like he was trying to be extra audible. I can't remember exactly why. Of course, it was in the live stream. We should try and find it. Not in this one, but what I would give to hear them singing in the Angels Choir, you know. To hear that again, but you know, she says they say that if I guess if they can choose, if they could make it audible, again, it goes to I maybe prefer the melody or the tune more than the lyrics. Not that again, not that they're bad lyrics. It's just there's a couple of reasons why I wouldn't really want them sung out loud, personally. And but I feel like maybe I could describe the experience if they allowed me to hear it. And now I feel like I'd be a little disappointed if they didn't. And now I hear, well, we don't want to disappoint you. And I also hear, didn't get very much the previous time, that you know, again, the thing I was saying about the lyrics. So 9:32 ironically. That's how I think of with this. I'm just singing what's most comfortable to sing, and it's, my device is now frozen up. There was somebody there while I was doing some of that, though. That's not here very often. Just gonna have to reload this tab. It's being wonky. I'm trying to remember though. Now the valley cries anger, on your horses, dry your sun. That's reloading, but starting to scroll again. Beside the treasure. She has a granddaughter named Treasure. I didn't realize how much that word was in this song. Now Was singing, sorry. Do it in the name of heaven. Fight it. There won't be any trumpets blowing. Reloaded, but kept the spot. That might be a smidgen out of tune. I could tune it, but my app's not working. I'd have to do it to the piano. But I think it's better I really have to budget for that. Even getting an additional 25. If it was just more, I don't think on the bills anyway. All right, it's fine. I'll get in the head. I almost want to do this version, this song again. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it on piano now. So, after all. So that was kind of interesting how that kind of worked out. Hold your eyes away. Sure that they bought their just rewards. Now they stood beneath the treasure on the mountain, red stone. Suhab, are you there? It looks like you were going to be here. What happened? The phone died? Are you here? Is it inaccurate? Oops. Just looking at this song. Oh, I didn't know Joan Baez did a version of it. I think it has a similar theme. When I just noticed it. The cousin who made me think of that previous song, I said a little bit about that prior, had a daughter, Carly. That's Carly Simon. My friend Ray was dating someone whose last name was Simon. Underneath that is Angel from Montgomery. I'm talking about angels. Thank you for the 5th like. I appreciate it. Hopefully things aren't too laggy, aren't interrupted with advert too much. Don't know how to set that on the phone, which is what I got right now. Actually, it's what I got entirely. But yeah, the background thing is YouTube related. Let's try this one. I don't know it very well. It does make me think of a certain thing, but right now it makes me think about how I'm doing in this stream and how lovely that would be. I almost did hear Heaven's Voices, though, the way that kind of built up and the way that kind of transpired. I almost did. And I am at 50%. 5 and 0. And my dad was a year short from 50 when he passed, I think. I didn't get very much, and then I kind of had on it. This does something a little bit different than water does for my anemia. And I'm seeing it, I'm like, if it's, it doesn't look that windy. This is not the window I usually judge it by, but like the trees aren't moving that much. It's not that bright, but it's not that cloudy. And I'm really thinking I might, not the other phone, is it? Nope. I wouldn't mind finding it before I go, but maybe I did put it over here. Yeah, what was that? It just got, okay. Anyway, yeah, so might want more coffee. If I do get back before noon, I can have more coffee when I get back, actually, if I really want to. It's still not Friday, folks. Isn't it? Oh, some places it's good. Feel free to song request, and the theme that I kind of have with, the tattoo question is still, or, what's a song lyric that you always carry with you is a great question, I still think. And thank you for the 6th like. And honestly, it's a very similar question to what is a song that always makes you think of a loved one? Hi, how are you, Margaret? Good to have you here. Talking with another Marge a little earlier. I'm okay. I'm a little tired. I think I am going to be able to go and get myself outside for a little bit shortly and do an errand. Well, yeah, I might just, whether this dies, gets to 0 and dies, or dies before then, my phone, I think I'm just going to let it do so. And then I'm worried that it might get a little too bright. It can be light sensitive sometimes. And it's annoying, and it's gotten anyway. So the point of the matter is, and what you was, and thank you for the hearts. Anyway, so yeah, I know I prefer a sky that looks a bit like this. If you can see that well on the camera. So I don't think you've heard me do music yet, though. So I'll do some music. I forget where you're watching from, in the UK, I believe, right? So it's about early afternoon. Is that right? Anywho, I'm gonna try to get to my 7th like. So if you know anyone who might want to hear some music, send them this way. But yeah, I have an errand I'm going to do. I would do 2, but I have to budget. And I don't know how interesting that would be to watch. Like, I've got so much small coins and a few bigger coins. I've probably got about $4 worth of coins there. 24. Where's my other 5? Oh, maybe I did something with it. It's only $5, but still. So 24. 25, eating into some of that, then not being able to do anything on Mother's Day. Even though I had 45. Thank you for the 7th like. But yeah, so, but the other thing's only about $4. So then I still have 40 something. Hello, Christopher. How are you? Never too late as long as you're here. So yeah, I think you meant so late. But anyway, meet Margaret. I think she's here, even though it doesn't indicate at the top. She just got here and she didn't say she was going anywhere. So, although I did tell her, if she knows anybody who might want to hear some music and have some nice conversation, so maybe she's meant to round up some friends. Just kidding. Anyway, so I'm going to do this song. Although I don't know if I am because I didn't remember what the lyrics were. And do I really want to sing I'm an Old Woman Named After My Mother? I don't know if any of our viewers might resonate with that. Certainly not Christopher, I don't believe. And not me. And I'm almost thinking about my grandmother. Oh, no. Well, she might have been named after her mother. I don't know. But my mother does not have her name. I've sang a little bit in this. And that, actually, at first I thought that was a weird line, but my old man is another child that's grown old. Yeah, we all go from being youngsters to being old. I mean, if dreams are lightning, thunder was desire, this old, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I'm feeling this song. We got 3 of you here, though, so let's see what songs we can find. Long Year, I almost want to do. If I could find it. Mixed feelings a little bit. Are they rainmakers on top shelf behind you? Old-fashioned kaleidoscopes, actually. And they were distracting me the other day more. I didn't even notice them today. I was singing Elton John's song on the weekend. Now it's getting really bright. We have to wait till clouds up. I wait too long. But it was before 9:30, so I was maybe going there. But nobody else was there. I don't know. Anyway, don't mind me. But we do have rain stick, is what they're called. In fact, that's what this is. Come to think of it, I don't want to get the dog worked up, and I don't think I particularly like the sound. But G was saying the other day we don't have a kazoo, or I think we do, but he doesn't like them. But he just wants to own every instrument, and sometimes more than one, pretty much. George, I have a feeling he probably played the kazoo. Boy George, I don't know about that, but anyway, yeah. So yep. So the sun's shining perfectly without even trying. Just kidding. So yeah. So I if there's any song requests, I don't think you've ever given me a song request, have you, Chris? In all this time, like, what's wrong with you? Just kidding. It's like, I don't even know where to begin with that question. No, but well, then you can answer the song question. Chris has been a follower for a long time, so I'm mostly joking with you, But I think we can all recitate. I don't know what that means. Resuscitate? I do know what that means. No, I think we can all resonate with, sometimes we got things that are going on in our life that we are trying to work on. So feel free, people, to open up about that, and I can offer some suggestions, perhaps. I'm just looking at some songs, though. There is in this window that I happen to be on. I've just done that song so many times, and Mixie Birds Fly. Because this one I didn't do the other day. I meant to, but I could. I have to put this here by the looks of it because it's zoomed in. I don't know if I want to do it in this key or not, though. Nope. Say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. Say there's always magic in the air. When you're walking down the street, you ain't got it done. Right off and you're now they got an A-sharp, G-sharp combo, and I thought they were the same. on the key, on the piano. I don't know. If I transpose it, what do we got? Baba, who's Baba? How is he? Not transposing. Try. Wasn't sure if I like that key. All you gotta take some time. All you got is one thing God. One thing God won't even die. A lot of weird key changes. It's like I have to keep clicking transpose. Are you watching from home, Christopher? That's what I suggest. Cause I can play this here guitar. Just kidding. I will wait till I'm a star. Yeah, that's correct. Now, I sort of want to plug in and look at the rest of this book over here because I don't want to go with that. And it's too bright. I don't want to go out. My precious eyes, blinded by the light, wrapped up like a, what is it? Goose or a deuce or something? Wrapped up like something in a roller in the night, blinded by the night. Sorry. Anybody know any old rock that you'd like to hear? Old rock or Motown? Let's do this thing. Woo! Party. Ease on down the road. Ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that you think might be a load. Ease on down the road. Make it that. Anyway, I do a lot of music, folks. For the second person may be wondering, so you just do stuff like that. The only thing I don't really do is metal, and I don't rap a lot, but a little. Rap fusion. Anybody got any suggestions? I keep asking, but I know that there are songs out there that fit that, but it seems like people don't often think of them. And I demand to know why. I do have to rest my throat for a while, though, for a few minutes. So while I'm looking through these songs, I'm waiting for potential song requests. And you know the deal, Chris. Somebody seems like they're genuinely trying to be a decent part of the conversation. If I don't notice, please put. Oh, also, I hope you're still here. If you could, are you still here? Don't let that be the answer to this question, even if it is because I know that was the answer to whatever the other question was. Oh, right, I remember what it was. And only watch me from home, please. As far as you get yourself into some wild situations, man. Christopher, are you there? How long did it take to type yeah again to the next burning question? I mean, I could do it on the computer as long as it's I could do it myself. Okay, great. But it's good to give you something to do every now and then. I guess that's one thing I do want to say about modding, because it came to mind the other day, and hopefully you'll remember this. Like if I'm playing music and I'm trying to really focus, and whether I'm seeing a troll or not seeing a troll that's being rude or aggressive, or and repeat saying the same thing a bunch of times, or that kind of thing. Like I'm fairly open to like a little bit of eccentricness, even flirtiness perhaps, although as long as it's genuine. But so keep that in mind. But also, like every now and then, there's no specific criteria to this, but every now and then I do feel like I want the opportunity to kind of speak to them and kind of like put it in their face a little bit, for lack of a different way to put it. So do please, give me that opportunity sometimes. But if I've just started a song, like I don't need them sitting here for 5 minutes. We can't do anything about the lurkers at the top that don't introduce themselves. But but like if you sense that I might almost be finished a song and somebody's there, I don't know. I think if you put them on timeout, I don't know if it would still show the comments. That's the thing I don't know. And obviously, if they're if they're a mod, that then or someone I'm fairly familiar with, try and remember that to the best of your ability to. Maybe make a little list for yourself or something. I don't know. But yeah, what I was going to ask is if you could put the title in. I can. And what I'd like to add to that is, song lyrics that you carry with you. And if people say that that's because they have a tattoo of it, then they do. But song lyrics that you carry with you or that make you think of a special loved one. And if you could, so you might have to click out of the video, I'm not sure, to go and get the title and put it in the comments and add that to it. And I appreciate it. I could do it, but just to give you something to do, because I'm doing something else right now. But yeah, well, it's not like it's super bright out, but it's not like it's not, I don't know. But yeah, it's certainly not windy and it's not snowy. And with not that windy anyway. With the way our weather's been lately, I sort of feel like title that's already there. Select it. Add to it. What's a song that you carry with you or that is special connected to one of your loved ones? Into the comments. I appreciate it. We got 4 of you here. I'm looking through some music as well. I may or may not go out shortly, but because even if it is supposed to be nicer weather this afternoon, I feel like the way the weather's been here lately, we can't guarantee that. So, and it would be nice to get a bit of fresh air, and I somewhat feel the energy to do so. But, and I think if it was just Chris here, although he's just gotten here and he's enjoying being here and that, and I've given him a task. Okay, part of it that didn't also include the title, and it didn't. But it's close enough, so we'll go with it. It's 2 of you here, so and thank you for trying to do that for me there, and mostly doing it as I asked. Yeah. Unless my throat gets really, I've been rolling for a little more than 2 hours. I haven't been sound good that leading nice and simple. I'm always nice, but I'm not always simple. Well, that's an idea and a half. But maybe it's a full idea. But yeah, and I'm either going to go to this thing or turn through this book. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm on my way. From misery to happiness today. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. But it looks a little, well, it's not that bright. Could be much brighter. But if I had a preference between this and what it was a little earlier, I think I would have put that. I don't know. Okay, you guys are going to know this song, I think. We'll do a little name that tune. I just have to very briefly go to the other room for under 5 minutes. But yeah, at least it's not snowing and blowing. Because Thursday, well, I did want to send you. It'd be nice to send it for another day, even if that's awkward. I don't know what else you might eat. I mean, because even if you go to a movie or something, unfortunately we can't do lunch with each other, we can't do movies, but because I'm busy. She just doing something in the kitchen here for a moment. But yeah, because Dan goes up, because yeah, it's too far to go and come back. She just get home for 10 minutes and have to turn around. So maybe I should give that to her tomorrow. I can let them fresh air in, perhaps. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Here we go, folks. And to the second person, whether you've ever been to the channel or not, welcome. Feel free to say where you're watching from. And again, if I don't see it, Chris can tell me where you're watching from and how you came across the channel. Just a general idea, what part of the world. If you have a song request, you can see the highlighted comment that's for over here. And just so that you all know, because some of you may wonder how, maybe they're used to very busy, living in a very active environment. This is not that. On the stream, maybe, but in the actual room here, I've got me and the dog. So, nobody else is going to, and occasionally, if you believe in this kind of thing, angels, white light energy, my loved ones mostly, maybe yours, who knows? I mean, so it's a safe space though. But yeah, nobody else is going to wander in and, yeah, so. Okay, and they sat with that for a moment and thought, why would my loved ones be in this live stream? I mean, maybe. And it's like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? In fact, if it's Chris that we still have here, and I don't, well, sometimes you do wander off and then you tell me later what you did. You leave me hanging and wondering for a while, and then, but we got 2 other people here. And let me just sit with that for a moment while I'm waiting for the morning after. I'm waiting for this to open on my computer. Partner, and a friend. Possibly with the name Michael, or a name like Moss, or a name Ron, or the name Carol. Or Asha or Joel. I know, that's a lot of possibilities, but that's the names connected to those songs, so maybe they mean something to you. I don't know. Anyway, this song means something to me. You probably know it. It's kind of a rock song, but it's mellow rock. I do some hard rock. I don't know if my throat is up to it right now, because I've been streaming for almost 2.5 hours, because whether I go out later today, I don't know, but otherwise my busier days are later this week. So anywho, yeah, and if you haven't liked yet, please do. Chris, to just select and put anything that is genuine like everyone. Yeah, and Santa, you can help me with that, but I can't download the re-upload. So I don't know how I don't know how I should be able to, unless it was during the live somehow. Anyway, here we go. Thank you for the 8th like. It's frozen up. My device is frozen. To me, sunny day. Take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come, they will pass. You can do this if you try. All I want my heart. Forget your love for the rich man's gold. Thank you for that. Time for a jump right in. All that you need is in your soul. You can do this. If you try, is that you, Chris, or the other person? Cause all I want for you is to be satisfied. Be a part of this world, isn't it? Kind of man or individual. Do something that you love. Understand. My God, that was his mutual right to me. I just put that together now. So focus. Be a simple. Gotta what you do is for me, if you can. So the way I found yourself, follow your heart, nothing else. You can do it, love, baby, if you try. All we want for you is to be satisfied, be a simple kind of be something that you love and understand. Be a Thank you, Chris, for reminding me of this slide. If you Computer's being a bit slow at the moment. I'm trying to figure something out by memory because my computer's being slow. I kind of got it, but I'd really rather my computer just behave. How are you doing today? If you haven't said where you're watching from, how you came across, and if you have a song request, see the highlighted comment. I welcome you to do that. Glad to have you here. Yeah. And may sunshine and happiness surround you far from home. Love and rain, and in my heart you will remain forever. Can I search this yet? No, my laptop's still being slow. Let's see what this. Oh, so I understand. She's just happy that I'm doing music. If I have a preference, I have a preference. We all have preferences, but it's good to have an open mind. Bob Dylan. May the God be with you down every road you roam. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. May you grow to be proud and dignified and true. And do unto others for a few seconds and leave. Okay, whatever. But you will always stay forever young. Good fortune be with you, guiding like the strong. Gonna stairway to heaven, closer vagabond. But you never love me. In my heart you will remain. And now it froze up again, of course. I just want to really quickly check something. That isn't a great height for nice kids from them. But it's not that bright, but it's a bit bright. And I also think sometimes it varies. Some days it's not bad, other days it's kind of like, ah. Let me just check something quickly. A bit of a wind. No, we need this rain. No, it's a bit windier than I thought, and there's a light rain in the air that might get heavier, so I'm staying in. Okay, I have another saw idea. My device will let me do it. I'm going to put this here because some people will recognize the area. Looked like it was going to let me type, but it's not. You know, she's got a care for her sick dog. Or grieving her sick dog. She's not really. If she finds us right here, that's fine. As far as anybody else, I'll be right back. This would be a good one for the weekend for Mark Kelly. I mean, if you tuned in now, because you watch it from home. And yeah, it is mostly sunny. I think it's even brighter than it was a few moments ago. The wind is not super crazy, but it's definitely cool and a bit breezy. And much as I don't mind that, I just feel like it'd be sensitive to the day. Yeah, there's too much dampness in here. You know, my sinuses, my throat. nice to update each other. And we over the guy has a tent. Some piece of green. He didn't get much food though. I was just sitting in the back seat with his legs over the side. And there's somebody walking down the street with a broom. And it was very specific. Specific button with the photo case going there. I don't know, I just don't know what it'd be like there. Like stink, it might be really dusty, blah 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 blah. And if you couldn't work on the property, they wouldn't be doing that if they were just getting rid of the place. Part of me wants to go offer and help, even though it's a bit of a trigger. But it looks like it's just him now, so there can't be that much they're doing. And he might say, no, it's okay. And that wouldn't feel so great. So anyway, we got two of you here. So, time for the next song. If you have any, you can see the highlighted comment. If Chris is still here, I might get you to add something to that. You know, yes, simple is good, but like 4 or 5 additional lines is not simple. You know, so it means I don't have to keep repeating it. You know, and let's face it. With that song I just did, it's always kind of a hard thing because it's kind of like, yeah, you know, life often isn't that way. So, I mean, I guess we should try our best to kind of react to it, you know, with like, you know, not too many complex feelings sometimes, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge. So. There was 2 people there. They seemed to be happy being there when I wasn't. I was not really reading into it quite that way, and I'm sure it wasn't that. We love you. We're so thankful for you. Any other CH? I don't know. Not really. Okay, I'm going to do a song. If you have any song requests, feel free to put. I do anything except for metal. I'd love to do some rap fusion as well. So, but I don't know what that would be. So feel free to suggest. I know that there's such songs out there. In the meantime, something that's not any of those. I'd really love for Kelly to be singing with me. But I don't know if I'd really want all these lyrics sang either. So I don't know if I'm even going to do them. It starts with that. I don't know. He's freezing. Oh wait, I was just noodling apparently. The smile, the every night like a should. The weather's done. That's what made me think of it. Just a moment. I just saw something out of the corner of my eye. Step I belong. Like shining your head. Oh, give me a chance. Cause when I start to dance, I'm a movie star. Oh, something inside me, it makes me move when I hear the groove. Because we know my feet tell me go. It's like the drummer inside my heart. Oh, don't make me wait one more moment for my life to start. Not D sharp bass, but okay. I love you, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. Every night is a fantasy. Every sound like a symphony. I promise, Baltimore, that someday when I take to the floor, the world's gonna wake up and see Baltimore and me. Across the street, although now it looks like it's that truck by the garage. I thought I saw like a... Oh, there it is there. That might just be a street cleaner. Why, when it's raining... Oh, and here's something else. I can't tell by what they say on them. But they do look like street cleaners. Like there's a brush underneath that. But that one's just sitting at the corner, and this one's about to join behind it. And again, it's... Maybe they already... Maybe they want the ground a bit wet to polish it. I don't know. It's not raining that much. One more moment for my life to start. There's a third one. Surprised the dog isn't reacting. I mean, a nice breeze is nice, but I don't know. That's where I think it's too windy. So. Are they gonna get another road? What? Yeah. Okay, here they go. Not to still clogging things up. There's another one. I tell you, this place in the city I live in, the city of angels. But otherwise, it's a little nutty, the things they do sometimes. I don't want to be too specific, but I'm sure they're not on our street the whole time. It's a small world. There's nobody watching right now. I mean, it's a big world. It can be a small world, but two of them seem to have run around the corner. One of them looks at parked across the street from it. And there's another one there, and there's another one sitting there. And I thought I saw a fourth one. It's not in view, though. So, yeah. It's a little bit much for one street, I think. I don't know. Maybe they just like to be near the others that they work with, but it's a little odd. Anyway. I'm not going to say the city I live in, but if anybody tuned in and knew that, then, but that'd be fun. That'd be some fun ideas for the, I'm just curious what it may have suggested underneath this one, and I'll try and remember that. But it's best to have some music going, whether I'm playing it or it's on the radio, but it's best to have some music going with all the noise outside. It's weird that some of these just show It looks like a Vimeo with like a colored background, whereas others seem to be showing like the album image. So I don't know why that's the case. I've seen that once or twice before. No one's going that way. I tell you. Emma Valerie. Okay, so I'm going to. Stupid computer's being slow. If somebody can remind me of Red Hot Chili Peppers, I might do some covers of theirs in a moment when my computer is not slow. Because I don't know about connecting to the tablet if that printer is still showing. Because it's not ours. Ours is off, or at least standby, but it is Lexmark, I think. Okay, here we go. Got it. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Mark, where are you? At work, probably. Hush, please. Silly dog. This is the one I want to start with. I saw a really good version of this on. Do you think it was a homeless choir? But you can check that out later. I'm really glad to have you here right now, both of you. Don't forget to feel free to like, comment. Chris, are you still here? Yeah, and if you'd like to say where you're watching from and how you came across the channel, I welcome you to do so. Sorry about our noisy dog. He'll settle down once I start doing music, probably. I hope he's yours if you have any worked up. Okay, let's try it in this key. So I think this is a pretty popular song. I know it is, actually, so you might know it. Unless you don't know popular songs. But anyway, putting on some lotion so I can slide across the keys. Just kidding. I don't like that key, speaking of key. So just give me a moment here. With music all in my life. I just had to find the right. I appreciate your patience. Sonny, hush. That sounds kind of right, but that didn't. Maybe that was good. She's my good deed and she all the way. I never wanna be. I'm gonna that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the hard to believe, friend. I have her love. Very interesting song theme, isn't it? I was thinking about my settings. I'm not going to say it. I didn't want to be like I did that day. Took me to the place I love. Take me out. Yeah, anyway, something like that. I don't know if D sharp sounds like it goes with C sharp. Thank you for your patience as I noodle through that. Oh, under the bridge downtown. Oh, I don't want to sing that lyric. I forgot that was a lyric. It's a fun song. Some of the lyrics are a little bit, would I actually sing them? I don't know. Let's find out, right? Otherwise, it's a half instrumental cover. Ooh. For the ninth like, I appreciate you. Really quite a long and depth song. It seems like it might have actually started to show me a different version. No, I don't think so. Like, does it actually repeat this part in it normally? Yeah. So there is no test, but this is what you're craving. Now, I must say, as far as this particular music group goes, I think those are the only two songs that I know. And there was 3, and now there's 1 over here. So I'm glad to have you here. If you're commenting, I'm sorry. I hope somebody will be here soon to tell me what you're saying if I'm not seeing it. I want you to feel part of the conversation. Glad to have you here either way, and you left. So the person who gave the 9th like, maybe they went to go watch the actual video because they really like it. I don't know. I'd be actually kind of curious to see it. I bet you it's very trippy though. I don't know. It might be a bit disturbing. What was the other thing I was going to look at? Oh, right. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Though the vision softly creeping. I've essentially played a gig. So where's my payment? We got 2 of you here though, so welcome. I'm going to do a song that I'm curious your thoughts of the title, and I'm curious your thoughts of the song. Chapstick if you're curious, Chapstick if you're not. It's not the title, but it is what that was. And it's a Chili Peppers song cover. So, and I don't know it super well, but I kind of do, and I played it maybe a couple months ago, and it's hopefully easy enough just to follow the lyrics. Of course, my computer has to not be being slow. Hello, that's right. It has that weird lyric in it. I don't understand it. Yeah. I would like another song request though. That's not them, perhaps. That's who does this one. I wonder if I know any of the. I know that 2 of the names are a bit of a trigger, but I wonder if I know any. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense that this is by the group that did the other song because it's a similar theme. So although it is, yeah, and I'm mixy about doing it, but I think it's got a good message. And I actually learned this song quite young in my life, as opposed to quite young, not in my life. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to my live, though, and welcome to my life. If you have a song request, feel free to put in the comments. Time passing, where have all the flowers gone? more to this song than I realized. Let's see what it is. Where have all the long time passing? Where have all the This is from Chili Peppers because I long time ago. Where have all the will they Just making sure our dog's behaving because I heard him doing Everyone, when will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? On the rivers, everyone welcome. When will they ever learn? When will they Feel the feels. Long time passing. Where have all the greeners gone? Long time ago. When will they When will they Ooh, I'm going to have to plug this in soon. And probably this for that matter. There was a song that was mentioned earlier in this, and I'm very tempted to do it. I sang a little bit of it, though, so I think that's probably good enough. I think we want happy songs, we want feel-good moments. And I'm just going to very quickly peek outside again to see if it's still just as windy and rainy or if it's more pleasant to go out in. Like I say, what I was thinking of doing today, I could do tomorrow, so we'll see. What great timing you both have. Care to explain that, or is it just random? Then you both laugh. So as people do sometimes. I mean, it wouldn't take much to move that. I'll check from the back door. Because checking from the back door. Illinois. What's the front door, boy? Today I've got my love. Oh, out my out of memory, playing in the band. We'll take a ride on the night. Ooh, up it do. I must admit that tree, which I still always think, I still always think takes a lot to move it. Keep moving. But again, I need something to do, but I'm doing this right now. And later, I mean, it's only what time is it? Locally. 10:51. I've still got a lot of day to get through. So I'm tempted Further. Ooh, I like that idea with the guitar. I think. Maybe. Anyway, I'm just charging my device very briefly to the two of you that are here. Or is it three? It's three, I think. Welcome, welcome. I'll be on the screen in a moment. I'm just trying to navigate my day while I'm also doing this and trying to decide if I'm going anywhere to do an errand. Like, it's not as windy as it's been kind of lately, but it's still. I'm going on about it because I walk, unless I have a ride somewhere. So, do I want to walk in windy, kind of rainy weather? No, not really. If I don't have to, if I can, give the person that's bringing me to something tomorrow, I'll be back on the screen in a moment, something to do, while she waits for me, then that's what I'd like to do. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. So, you're falling into the couch cushion. Congratulations. Now, the dog is pretty nearby and just settled, but I kind of want to do something with this unique instrument. Further along, we'll understand. You'll understand why. What is this? They sound something different. You're not used to it. Me too. Brother. Nobody's here to hear it, but except for you. Live in the sunshine. Mm-hmm. See, there's a lot of variety with this thing. Can't say. I don't know if that's the same song or not. I don't mind Brad Paisley. He's all right. And he's got a song called that. Actually, I know I just kind of set up over here, but I could possibly. Very, very slow indeed. Okay. It's like a song about California. But I want other stuff on top of that now. So, what will it be? Okay, the song finally opened, or the viewers finally show up. Just kidding. I mean, not kidding really, but I am also charging my device. Why am I saying if there's nobody here? I know it. Could just be someone has a new printer and it's always on. So I'm going to do a very unique cover in just a moment of a song that I don't know how popular it is. But I just noticed something about this site that I've never noticed before, that I follow the music on, and it looks like the two people left, but whatever. It says it has 208,660 views. There's even comments. I guess I'm not that familiar with this site, other than to just play songs off of it. Hey, what's that all about? I don't know. Well, yeah, because then people can try. Okay, so I'm going to do a unique cover. I know that both of my devices are kind of needing to be plugged in as I do this, but I'm going to use a unique instrument as well as the piano. And even though I just came back over here to the couch, I'm going to do that. So come with me and hear an interesting version of a song you may or may not know. And, let's take a moment while I'm heading over here to, okay, you left, whatever. At least it looks like you did. Yeah, part of me is also thinking, I'm doing this. Maybe I'm setting a Guinness record, but I'm got to double what I've done now, and so possibly not. But yeah, I wasn't exactly doing much today, so I don't know. I mean, there's always a possibility of missy, but I mean, I don't know. They know, and I mean, it was a pretty good experience. I'm just there in the kitchen doing something, moving some dishes around and stuff, and kind of, yeah. But anyway, nobody's here. Okay, actually there is. But yeah, sure, I got my links and there wasn't a lot of the regulars that I recall, but okay, we're gonna do a unique cover. But before we do, I just want to, wish you a Merry Christmas. No, just kidding. Wish you well. Wishing well here in town. Da 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 da. Wishing well. And then after this, I probably will have lunch. If Chris makes me make tea again, I might make tea. I don't know. Seeing how hard it was to pick a cup this morning, and the cup that I did pick still has some coffee in it that I don't know if I want to finish. There was this other thing I wanted to do. Did I just scratch myself? I'll have to watch that. That might tell me whether I'm still rolling or not. Like as if I kind of made it bleed. Watch, I'm using this as a mirror as somebody tunes in. There is the other thing I kind of want to do, but right now I think it's still potentially going to be the next door. And I have questions before I do it. I have questions for anybody who knows plants and art. I have questions. A question. Hey, no need to do that. Okay, thanks. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to do a unique song. Okay. That's not enough for some people. There's been like 3 flashes at the top that didn't seem to stay when I said it. But I'm going to do it anyway, so here we go. Press the left. Down up to the chair, being good. Thank you, I appreciate it. I mean, maybe it sounds like Christmas or reindeers or something. I don't know, reindeer feet. So what? Got something against a reindeer for Christmas? Just kidding. I've only mentioned Christmas 2 or 3 times within this video in May, but know all about it. I want to get on the vacuum, but that's another sound. Tempted and trying to why because we're all castaways in need of rope, hanging on by our last threads of hope. House of years to the smoke, confusing all illusions. Drag around and sing along every the song. That's frozen. But nobody's here, so I'm going to take this moment to decide if I still want to do a song that has a mention of a certain something in it. I know there's other songs probably similar to this. It really bounced down a bit though, so I'll just start from here. The right bird and raise a ton, go down the river, let it run, and wash away all the things you've done. Forgiveness, all right. We're all about it. I understand why. Cheer up, my brother. Live in the sunshine. Understand it. Why? How come? I did want to finish giving you advice, but you wandered off. Figured you fell asleep or something. So yeah, I'm sorry I left abruptly earlier. Why are you upset? My phone was oh. Do you smoke or something? Do I guess maybe you left your room for a washroom. So, but you got it back, right? Because you're talking to me on it, unless you're talking on a laptop. Honey, would you hush, please? Thank you. Or just the fact that it did happen is what you mean? Nothing personal. Hey, enough of that. No, I know it's kind of noisy out there, but sorry. Visitor was my dad's friend. I'm sorry, who, where, what, huh? Who, what, huh? You're using a laptop. How did this all transpire? Take your time to type it. By a visitor who's also staying there? Oh, really? But you had to stay for like a checkout procedure or something? Oh, okay. Well, this is awkward because they might be watching this too. So I think I'll wrap this up in a moment. But I will say that, let's just leave things be. I was doing things in the best interest of Jordan. And I thought about this a little bit too. I thought about how it is, and you can tell them this. My dad managed to find out from my brother's PC about, Dave. And he must have contacted Dave. Well, just try and keep yourself safe. Try and, maybe look at your phone settings and, do what you feel like you need to do to be safe. But I do feel like it's an eye-opener for them, to realize that the way that they were doing things was not the best way. Was not, I was just trying to help, and you know that, and you can tell them that, and please, otherwise, I think at this point, leave me out of the situation. I would love to stay in touch. I don't know if that's going to be hard or awkward to do now, but basically, well, maybe you didn't go to Dave. I don't know. From your brother's PC. See, I didn't know you had siblings. And you were using your brother's PC? Otherwise, I'm confused. Rather. No. Why would I want that? And what do you mean? Help you how? No, the best I can say is that I'm kind of thinking for the next while, I don't want anything to do with this situation. I don't want to say not with you, and it's interesting that they can't do that, though. But the person that got the phone didn't. The person that got the phone didn't do that. Center has no control. Why not? Anyway, I do sense that this is you, but I feel like sometimes it might be a relative. So I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I don't want to disconnect from you. I'm mixed about giving you alternate ways of contact. I would say make your way to Western Canada. I'm not going to be more specific than that. I don't really travel very much myself. Maybe we'll run into each other in the future. By the way, wasn't there? No, there wasn't a 10th like. Maybe we'll run into each other in the future. So be watching for that. But other than that, I think the best thing to do is, if they don't respond more gently to you, the best thing to do is, say that there was a reason that this all transpired and that you had left for a little while, and that you were actually in a pretty good place you were actually in a pretty good place where they had lots of good programs and they were helping your future and not being abusive. And so, like, wake up. You could maybe not say it in that word. So, like, pay attention to this, parents, because, like, I'm not going to be abused. So, like, they can't do anything if sneak out a window, and so, like, be glad to have me back and change your behavior and act a bit more like an adult, is what I would say. But again, coming from you, choose whatever of that you feel would be okay to say. We've got 5 of you here. Yeah, and I mean, here, or in a lot of other places, like in Canada or whatever, they would not put you back in an unsafe situation. Anyway, I've got to go for a little while. There's 3 of you here, 4 of you here now. I don't know what to make of it all. 2 now. Anyway, that's the best I feel like I can do. No, I'm in a tough spot, Jordan. It's like I want to stay in contact with you, but you're not going to be any longer in safety anymore, and it's just a little bit too complicated for me. Chat Joe's later. I can deal with it later. I wasn't going to prioritize this one, but I feel like I need to now. I hate to use the word boundaries. I feel like it's overused as a way of avoiding, and I don't really want to have one with you. But no, obviously I'm in a tough spot right now. And our stupid services aren't very good. And I don't, mostly acquaintances, not a close family. So the only thing I can think of is to call that other one. And he didn't ask that day when it was transpiring. I don't know why they could help someone in the States, but not in your country. But no, I don't give up on people for the most part. You will be in my thoughts and in my heart. Can you understand for a moment how this is awkward to me? Can you? Would you stop with the noise, please, honey? Sorry. You need to stop. It's noisy outside, I think. Anyway, and I need to stop. So, and I can't find the phone anyway. Yeah. So, anyway. Yeah. At least I was able to help you a little bit. And I know that you appreciate that. And I appreciate being able to do so. It's kind of something I'm worried about. Especially because if you're not ready yet and you're not close, you might not be able to make the personal decision that you'd want to make. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up and we'll talk to you some other time. Take care, be well, be safe. Don't let yourself be in harm's way. That's another thing I'll just say. Stand up for yourself and, whether they're around you or not, whether they're around you or not, you have the right to leave and be safe. And it may not always feel comfortable, but if you need to do that, you do that. Okay, take care, be well. Bye.